Cricket, a game loved by billions. A game where emotions are high. And a game which attracts glamour. But how does this game, played by children living somewhere in southwest of England, got developed into such a modernized and commercialized sport? How sticks of shepherds became cricket bats, and how balls made of wool turned into cockball. From 16th century to 21st century, a lot has changed. The older name of the game, cricket, which meant fun, is turned into cricket, which means business. Hello everyone. In this episode of History of Cricket, I will take you back to the days when shepherds in England didn't have much to do while their sheep graze on the field. So they used sheep wool, gave them a round shape, and used their crooks, the stick that they used to move their sheep, and started a game. They named this activity cricket, which means fun. Cricket survived as a children's game for many generations. It was around beginning of 17th century that adults started to like this game. The game was very much different from what we see today, and it was much slower. The ball was bowled underarm and the bat was curved, making it very difficult to hit the ball. As the game became more popular, the equipment also started to evolve. The straight bat was introduced, making it easier to hit the ball. For a long time, the method of bowling in cricket remained underarm.
An underarm. We haven't believed it.
But soon after, when bowlers began to pitch the ball and found variations in line, length, and pace, the underarm method was superseded and the ball was bowled overarm, making it faster. In 1750s, top-class matches began and cricket first attracted gamblers making large bets on the game. At start, cricket was not known as a game but as a gambling platform. During the first half of 18th century, press report didn't even mention what was happening in the game. Their only focus was the outcome of betting. This county structure, which we see in England, is also a gift of gambling. Some of the gamblers decided to strengthen their bets by forming their own teams. Cricket started to spread around the world in 17th century thanks to colonization by the British. It was introduced to North America even before it reached to north of England. In 1730s, it was introduced to West Indies by colonists and then to Indian subcontinent by East India Company. Similarly, Australia in 1788, New Zealand and South Africa in early 1800s. 1744 was the first time when the laws of cricket were codified, including the dimension of the pitch, the number of players, and how runs were scored. At that time, batsman was allowed to block the ball by his leg because there was no LBW in the cricket at that time. These laws were amended 30 years later and LBW was introduced. Also, maximum bat width and middle stump were added. First class cricket began in 1772. Scorecards began to be kept on regular basis. We still have record of matches played in 1772. The credit for the growth of cricket can also be given to the railway network. With the development of railways in UK, for the first time, teams from a long distance apart could play one another without any time-consuming journey. Spectators could travel longer distances, increasing the size of crowds. Army units around the empire with lot of time for cricket encouraged the locals so they could have some entertaining competition. Most of the empire embraced cricket with the exception of Canada. When we think about who played the first international cricket game, countries like England, Australia, or South Africa will come in our mind. But actually, the first international cricket game was played between US and Canada, and that too in New York in 1844. Later on, international cricket was started between other nations too. In 1859, a team of leading English professionals went to North America on their first ever overseas tour. These tours continued. In 1862, the first English team toured Australia. In 1868, first Australian cricket team travelled to England. 1877 is the year considered as start of Test cricket, when first Test match was played between England and Australia in Australia. In 1882, Australia toured England. England lost a Test match from Australia at the Oval. This was a very tense match that gave rise to the Ashes. In 1889, South Africa became the third Test-playing nation after Australia and England. Deliveries to be bowled in 1 over were not 6 throughout the cricket history. Initially, standard over were made up of only 4 deliveries. In 1889, 5-ball over were introduced. 1 delivery more was added, making it 6-ball over. In 1919, many countries adopted 8-ball over, which was followed till 1979. Since 1980, 6 balls per over have been used worldwide, and the most recent versions of the game only permit 6 balls over. Cricket was exported to other colonies around the world. The Imperial Cricket Conference was founded in 1909, with England, Australia and South Africa as founding members. Members were increased later. In 1926, New Zealand and West Indies joined. However, at this time in the West Indies, cricket was dominated by the white population only. New Zealand and India both became test-playing nation before World War II. Pakistan joined in 1952, Zimbabwe in 1992, Sri Lanka got test status in 1982, Bangladesh in 2000, and Afghanistan and Ireland were both admitted as test side in 2018. This made the number of full members of ICC to 12. In 1970, South Africa was banned from international cricket because of their policy of racial segregation. They remained out from cricket till 1991, when Nelson Mandela came and ended racial segregation. The origin of one-day international matches is also very interesting. A test match was to be played between England and Australia at Melbourne Cricket Ground, but due to heavy rain, it was abandoned. To give players some rest, an experiment was made. A 60 overs match was played. This limited overs match turned out to be immensely popular, and that's how the ODI cricket started. One-day internationals have since grown to become a massively popular form of the game. The International Cricket Council reacted to this development by organizing the first Cricket World Cup in 1975. Until late 70s, players were not paid much. Kerry Packer, who was the owner of a television network, took advantage of this fact and arranged a commercialized competition called World Series Cricket in 1977. This led to increase of salaries of players significantly, and also innovations such as colored kit and night game were being made. Television replays made run-out decision easier. So in 1992, to take run-out decisions, third umpire was introduced in the test series between South Africa and India. The third umpire's duties later expanded, and decisions like stumpings, catches, and boundaries were also referred to third umpire. With the introduction of virtual reality tracking technologies like Hawkeye and Hotspot, from 2011, ICC has implemented Decision Review System, the DRS, where the third umpire is being called to moderate reviews of umpires' decisions, including LBW. In 2003, third format of the game, the 2020, was introduced at domestic levels. First T20 International was played in 2005 between Australia and New Zealand. The inaugural ICC T20 World Cup tournament was held in 2007. Formats shorter than T20 have also arisen at domestic level, such as T10 format, which is played in leagues organized by various associate and full members.
A 100 balls format called the 100, which is played in England, is now a major limited overs competition in England. Cricket is the world's second most popular spectator sport after football. It is growing, and now ICC has 100 associate members. Many countries have started their own leagues, like Indian Premier League in India, Big Bash League in Australia, Pakistan Super League in Pakistan, and Bangladesh Premier League in Bangladesh. These leagues has attracted massive broadcasting rights, which has made this game a highly commercialized sport. I have tried to summarize the whole history of cricket in this short video. I hope that you will all like this video. If you found it informative, do like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any comment or any question, you are welcome. Thanks for watching the video.